Are we live? I think we should be. Yeah, we're live. Okay, I don't know what happened to the previous stream. For some reason, this has been happening lately, but we are live. Welcome to the stream, everyone. I believe markets are about to go risk on. We're about to get some nice gains across the board with the altcoins. We're seeing it already today. We're seeing Ethereum outpacing Bitcoin a little bit, which is good. So hopefully this trend sustains, and I have reason to believe that it will sustain because I believe we are front running a rate cut in September. And I've talked about that a lot on the channel, but I believe the pace is about to be picked up now to the upside, and we're about to see some really nice gains when it comes to the altcoins. And we're already seeing some nice gains, in particular with one altcoin, which continues its upward price discovery push. And that is Troll on Sol, continuing to make these crazy gains day in, day out. I was working it out earlier. I think I'm almost up 9x on my money now on Troll, which is crazy, right? Which is absolutely insane. We're up 8x on our money as we speak right now. So crazy gains. This one's continuing its upward move. I've got some upward targets here for Troll, the 3.618, the 4.236. But this was an absolutely amazing call. And, you know, all we've got really to look ahead with this is the fibs. We haven't really got any other metrics to go off when we're giving potential targets on Troll other than the fibs. So that's all I'm kind of looking at when it comes to predicting Troll. Just going to make sure that everyone's aware that this is the official stream because there was another one that was open for some reason. So I'm just going to share this one in my Discord with the members, make sure that they can all get access to this stream. Everyone, this is the stream. Okay. But yeah, market's moving up a little bit today, which is great. And I'm going to be discussing a lot in today's live stream. We're going to be going over a lot of different charts. We're going to be looking at the unemployment chart. We're going to be looking at the odds of a rate cut in September. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin. The weekly close wasn't as bullish as it could have been. I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't really a bullish close, in my opinion. Some people were saying it was a neutral close. I would say it was neutral to bearish, the weekly close, to be quite honest with you. It could have been a whole lot better, and I'll show you why it could have been better. But at the same time, just because the close wasn't amazing doesn't mean we won't keep going up in the coming weeks, okay? I'm also going to look into a very interesting thing, which is the monthly performance on Bitcoin. Now, I've said to you guys, I don't put too much emphasis on previous months and the seasonality from arbitrary years like, 2016, 2014, 2018. I don't put a great deal of emphasis on previous years when I'm looking at data, but it is quite interesting when we look at the monthly returns for Bitcoin for August and September. It's extremely, extremely rare that Bitcoin has both a bullish August and September. Usually it's one or the other, right? You can see just going back the last few years, 2024, red August, green September. 23, red August, green September. 22, that was one of the years where both were red. 21, green August. Now we're in a post-halving year. The last post-halving year was 2021. So green August in 21, red September. 2020, green August, red September. So usually it's one or the other. I think there's only been 2 or 3 times where both have been green or both have been red. Usually it's one or the other, especially when it comes to the bullish years. Even in post-halving years, it's one or the other, right? So 2021 was a post-halving year. We had a green August and a red September. The last post-halving year before that was 2017, where again, we had a green August and a red September. Then the time before that was 2013. We had, again, a green August and a red September. So there's a bit of a trend going on here with post-halving years. And I would be a little bit foolish, a little bit naive to completely go against that trend and say, oh, it's not going to happen again, because it's happened 3 times in a row now. So there's a good chance in my books that we have green August followed by a red September. And that is backed up by the data when it comes to markets, right? In general, when we look at unemployment, the unemployment rate's starting to fall off a cliff now. That kind of signals that the Fed are going to make a cut. And then we could potentially see a pretty weak economy, right? Because the Fed always cut too late. By the time they start cutting, it's already damage control. The problem's already out there, right? And that's just kind of last minute efforts to try and rectify a weak economy. So that's an interesting thing to look at. Bitcoin's starting to come up a little bit here as we begin the week. But I'm going to show you the reason why I believe the weekly close wasn't as bullish as some people think. Okay, some people were saying the weekly close was incredibly bullish. It wasn't incredibly bullish at all. It was, first of all, it was red. So how could it be bullish if it was red? Second of all, we did actually close below that trend line, which I'm always talking about. Okay, you can see it on this chart here. We actually closed the week a little bit below the trend line. So technically, that is a loss of support, technically, because we flipped the previous resistance, as you can see, into support. We then lost that support on the weekly close. So it's just a little bit of a thing to be aware of. Also, when you look at Bitcoin on the weekly, there is a pretty big RSI bearish divergence forming now. So that's just another thing to be a little bit aware of, okay? If we look at the Bitcoin chart, you can see we've got a bearish divergence forming there, just like what happened at the end of the last bull run, where we had another bearish divergence forming also here, right? You can see the two similarities, bearish divergence, bearish divergence. Now, with that said, there's a bearish divergence forming here. And yes, we dumped, but then we came back up for a new high. So it's just something to be aware of. I am still macro bullish. I still think Bitcoin's going to go higher. And I think we're going to target between 127 and 131 as the next level. I think we'll hit that level pretty soon. Pretty soon. This is the range I'm looking at, that 127 to 131 range. Okay, it's a fib level that. That's the level I'm targeting. I think there's a high degree of probability that Bitcoin hits that in either August or September based off this rule, right, that I was showing you before. If August is green, we're probably going to hit it in August. If August is green, September is probably going to be red. And the reason I think September could start off bullish and then end red is because there's a chance this rate cut will already be priced in by the time we actually get it. So we get the rate cut. Potentially, it's still not confirmed, right? But we get it on September 17th if it happens. There's a chance the market has already priced that in beforehand. And then they realize, yeah, 25 basis points. I mean, what is that? It's nothing. 25 basis points? The Fed funds rate is still extremely high. It's not like it's bringing it down significantly. So maybe the markets will sober up a little bit when they realize, yeah, we just had this massive rally just for a 25 basis point cut. That's nothing significant. The labor market's already falling off a cliff. It's probably too little too late, and we're in stagflation. So it's just something to be aware of. Currently, as we speak, there is a 79% chance of a rate cut in September. So it's a fairly high probability that that happens. But we've seen these odds change very quickly based off information we get regarding the economy. And we get one more jobs report before this cut. So that is really going to be the thing that determines whether they cut or not. And we get CPI as well. So Bitcoin up 1%, Ethereum up 6% today. That is good to see if you're an altcoin investor. And I think we are entering, like I said in the last stream, I think we're entering a period now in August where we see a sustained outperformance in the altcoins. I think the altcoins will outperform Bitcoin. Bitcoin starting to look a little bit stagnant, to be quite honest with you, whereas some of the altcoin charts, they look ready to break above key levels. And one of them I was looking at is Say. Every time Say has hit this trend line, it's rejected. We're finally looking like we're going to push above now and get that final blow off top move. And it's going to be very quick. You're going to see crazy gains, in my opinion. Another one is Casper. Has a similar looking chart, right? You've got this clear resistance and we're below it right now. We had another rejection here. I told you guys, if Casper breaks above this on a weekly close, I would consider entering a Casper long. I did not enter that Casper long because we did not break above that close. So that did not warrant the long position because we rejected, right? So yeah, I think we're going to be bullish in August and we're going to see some nice gains, guys. I really do. Despite the fact there's a few areas of concern, I've got to be honest with you, it's maybe 80% bullish right now, 20% bearish. It's never 100% bullish. There's always going to be some things that you look at that are a little bit concerning, like a potential bearish divergence forming, right? Like the weekly close being below support. Now, the unemployment figures, this is something I'm watching very closely. They're starting to tick up pretty significantly now. And I think at some point, probably it'll be in 2026, we will see a big jump up with the unemployment rate. And it's going to be too late. The Fed have left it too late again. And they're going to have no choice other than to bring rates effectively back down to zero. And that'll be the big reset. And then we go again in the next bull run, right? So it's all looking ready for another push higher. And man, right now we are absolutely printing on Troll. What an absolute amazing call this was when it was all the way down at 0.012. What market cap was it when I called it? It's not showing it on here, but it was a way smaller market cap when I gave that buy alert out in the VIP. And I'll show you the proof because some people don't believe it sometimes, right? I was buying Troll down at 12, down at 15. You can see the proof. Proof is in the pudding. Let me, there you go. Now, I didn't go extremely heavy into this one because it is a degen play. The coins I go heavy into are Sui, Casper, Say, Tau, Aerodrome. Those are the kinds of coins I go heavy into. Ondo is another one. Memes, I only put in $1,000, couple thousand, maybe 3,000. I don't put a lot of money into memes. I only put money in I can afford to lose. However, this alert, despite the fact I've only put a small amount of money in, it's made some nice gains. Okay, it's made some nice gains. And I know there was one guy in the VIP, he put $5,000 into the buy alert. And I think he made like 30 grand. Put $5,000 in, made 30 grand, and he sold. And he's basically paid off the full bundle membership, and he could probably buy the bundle membership for 10 of his friends with the gains he's made. So those are the types of gains you make in the VIP group. There was a guy on X before. He was like, why do you charge a fee? Why isn't the VIP group completely free? Now, there's a few reasons for that. The first reason is if it was free, there would be probably 80,000 members in there, right? I have like 80,000 subscribers. There would be that many people in the group. It would just be hectic. There'd be loads of scammers, loads of people getting people to hit fraudulent links and trying to steal each other's money. It would be a nightmare to manage. That's the first reason. And the second reason is because you actually make money when you join the group. Okay? You pay a cost, which is an investment in yourself to learn about crypto and to get high quality alerts. And 9 times out of 10, you get your money back pretty quickly based off the buy alerts. So I was just really flabbergasted. I mean, you don't get many valuable things in life for completely free of charge. I'll say that. Um, I mean, how much does university cost in the US? I mean, that's not too valuable in my opinion, but I think it's six figures you're talking to go to college in the US. This is $100, just a bit over $100 a month, and you actually make money off the calls. Unlike university, where you'll probably get a degree and eight times out of 10 people don't even use it. So if you actually want to make money, then I recommend joining. And you can always cancel, right? If you don't like it, you can always cancel straight away. But most people stay on for a very long time. Very few people actually cancel. When alt season, I've been pretty clear. I think alt season started once Bitcoin dominance rejected from the 786 fib at 66%. This was the trigger point of alt season when we rejected here. That is the starting point of alt season. Now we're just in that little shakeout before we have the next leg up for the altcoins and the next leg down for Bitcoin dominance. And I think that's all going to happen in August. So total 3 broke out. You can see it clearly with your own eyes here. It broke out clearly. So if you get a clear breakout, it's probably not just going to stop where it has. It's probably going for the 1.618 fib, just under 1.5 trillion. Now, I do see a bit of a trend there with the August and September months. I can't deny. In post-halving years, August tends to be extremely bullish, followed by a weak September, typically. I don't know about you, but I feel like that's kind of destined to be the case this time as well, especially with the fact we got a rate cut to price in. Feel like the same thing's going to happen again. We'll have a push up this month, maybe to that fib level, 127 to 131. We'll have a push up into that pocket, followed by a pretty big retracement maybe in September once the rate cut's been priced in. Hello, Archie. You are doing great. Wow. Troll. Yeah, Troll did amazing. Troll was a great call. Yeah, Brett. I think Brett hit the golden pocket. Last time I checked, Brett looked like a great buy. Let's see. And it got listed on Binance US. Yeah, look at that. So anyone who says the fibs don't work on memes, you need to grow a freaking brain because you haven't got a clue if you say that. I posted a TikTok the other day. It got like 120,000 views or something, right, on Troll. And someone in the comments, some idiot was like, "You're doing fibs on a meme?" And I'm like, what are you on about? Fibs on a meme? Fibs work for anything. Fibs work for gold. They work for silver. They work for property prices, probably like REITs. They work for meme coins. They work for anything. Anything where you can chart the price, the fibs will work. Now, it doesn't mean they work every single time, but they are good tools to have, even with memes. In fact, maybe especially for memes, because memes are the most player versus player thing you could imagine. So they obviously work with meme coins. If there's human emotion involved, then the fibs will work, because the fibs are a tool to track anything really mathematically. So anyway, we're not going to go through the whole Fibonacci philosophical lecture, but anyway, look how good it worked on Brett. You could see exactly the level of support it came down to. It came right down to that fib, right down to the 618 fib, followed by a nice bounce. And a lot of the altcoins came down to fib levels, actually. A lot of them came down to golden pockets. See that one as well. So say came down to a golden pocket in July. That was. What about on the daily? Let's see if say came down to a short-term fib. Yeah, this is the same one I took it from. Yeah, so say came down to the golden pocket back at the very beginning of July. That's where it came down to. But that's from a different point. So actually that doesn't make sense if I'm doing that. Came down to the 0.5 level, actually. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that because I'm looking at previous price action. Did it come back down again? Say didn't respect the fibs this time, really. But Brett 100% did. Let's check Arrow. Yeah, you can see Aerodrome there. That respected the 786. Nice retracement there on Arrow. So a lot of these coins just came down to 786s or golden pockets, and then they've gotten a bounce. I've lost a lot of hope, Archie. Not a single sight of alt season. Yeah, I mean, I think there are definitely signs of alt season. I don't know what charts you're looking at. I'm looking at this today. Bitcoin's up 1%, Ethereum's up 5%. I'm looking at total 3 just had a breakout, which we timed to perfection. We charted this and we saw the breakout and I called it. I've seen that Bitcoin dominance has started ticking back down again. Look, once dominance breaks below this golden pocket, we're going to go down heavily on dominance. You can mark my words on that. Once it breaks below the golden pocket, we're going to see it fall off a cliff. We'll say pump like troll, not in the same manner. It could for sure do an 8x, but it's not going to do it in like a couple of weeks like what troll has. But wow, troll just keeps pumping. I mean, this has been a crazy alert. This has been a crazy alert. Had you just put in $1,000, you'd be up 8 grand now. Crazy. Yeah, so there's a few different ways to chart troll. Let me just see if I've got any other. So it's currently at 9.5. 100 million market cap, I guess, is like a psychological level of resistance, you could say. A lot of memes, they go off their market caps. Like, how many memes have we seen hit a billion market cap and then just fall off a cliff and never come back? Like, loads. But troll's approaching 100 million now. See what the VIPs are saying in the Discord. I just got paid. Saying guns, which one will run faster in the next week? Well, Say is just way safer. I mean, guns is a degen play in gaming, so it's way riskier than Say. But I was checking the guns chart, and it looked pretty good to me. Let's pull up the guns chart here. So guns came down to 2.5 and then got a nice little bounce. Guns is looking all right as a buy, actually. But it's way riskier than Say. So it just depends on your risk appetite, which one you go for. But I think guns can get a push up here, especially if gaming comes back. Clickbait title? Actually, no. I mean, it's a little bit of one where it makes you want to click it, right? Like, for sure, my title was good on this stream because I got a decent amount of people watching. But I do believe that we are in alt season. We're just in the very beginning stages of alt season. And I've been fairly consistent with this now. I've been saying this for a while. I believe we're in the very beginning stages of alt season. Okay, we got a donation. Thanks for the $5. Ot. What safe plays right now do you recommend for a 10x? None. None. There's no safe plays for a 10x. You could get safe plays for a 3 to 5x, like Sui, but safe and 10x at this point in the cycle, when Bitcoin's above 100K, is an oxymoron. That is an oxymoronic statement. It does not make sense. You cannot have safe and 10x in the same sentence at this point in the cycle when there's not long left. That does not logically line up. It's not coherent. So I could give you a safe 3 to 5x, like I said. Sui would be one. Ondo would be one. But safe 10x's at this point, to make 10x's, you're probably looking for coins that are like sub $1 billion in market cap. So Morpho maybe could pull a 10x, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's completely safe, right? But if you're looking for a 10x with a good risk to reward ratio, I would say Morpho would be one. Maybe Aerodrome could 10x. It's possible. But that would be significantly higher than the December highs. And I don't think every altcoin is going to make a significant higher high. I think most quality altcoins will make a higher high, but I don't think they're all going to just boom right past those levels. I think a lot of altcoins actually will struggle to get past their January highs. Now, I don't think Aerodrome will be one of those. I think it will surpass its January highs, but whether or not it will go to $8, I mean, I doubt it. Excellent analysis, Archie. Easy 5x coins other than Sui, Render, and Say. I'd say Ondo has the potential to pull a 5x. Yeah, everyone thinks this though, bro. The Great Crusade, everyone thinks the same thing that you're repeating. Everyone thinks Q4 is going to be the final blow off top in October, November, December. Everyone is saying that. That is not like a unique viewpoint. And the fact that everyone's saying it makes me deeply concerned about the validity of that argument. And the fact the last jobs report was so bad makes me worry that we might not have time until we might not have time to run that long. I've been saying for a while, the economy is going to slow down in the back end of the year. How could you have a situation with a major booming alt season if retail can't even afford basic expenses because they're so tapped out? The consumers are so tapped out. And unemployment's soaring. It's very rare you're going to have a bull run if unemployment's soaring, consumers are tapped out, because the whole point of a bull run usually is that you have retail come in to trigger that blow off top at the end. So if retail aren't coming in, how are you going to have that major run at the end of the year? I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I have skeptical views of a back end of the year pump. I think we could see quite a bit of weakness at the back end of the year. Thanks for what you do. No problem. You're very welcome. Where do I see Say going? I believe Say will hit between $1 and $2 this bull run. It's currently priced at 30 cents. So I think it could do, let's just work that out exactly. So 30 cents to $1. My bear case on Say would be like almost a 4x would be the bear case. And then the bull case would be like an 8x. So like 4 to 8x on Say, I think is realistic anywhere in that region. Could it do even more? Yes, but I'm not betting on it. But I think it'll hit $1. Just under a 4x would be $1. 3 point something. I think we're in the alt season. We're in the beginning stage of the alt season. We've had dominance fall over, which is looking like it's going to continue this downtrend now. We've had total 3 breakout, though it's just had a bit of a bear trap, right? I mean, this is a trap to try and get the bears to sell. And then they take us back higher and the bears will capitulate and buy back in. So I think all the signs are there that we've had a structural breakout and a change in this market from a point where Bitcoin dominance just kept on going up, to now a point where dominance looks like it's in a downtrend, right? So things have definitely changed. And Ethereum did get rejected at 4K again, like that really critical level. But I still feel like it's not over for Ethereum yet. Like this was a healthy correction for Ethereum. Now we can push on and go higher. And the good thing is a lot of the RSIs reset, right? Like if you look at the stochastics, especially, the stochastic RSIs reset for a ton of coins. And I think Cryptex put that out in the Discord. If you guys don't know, we have a chart alert channel in the Discord. Cryptex put this really valuable post here. So, it was Bitcoin. The stochastic RSI completely reset on Bitcoin. He called this bottom, guys. Like, if you're not in this Discord, you are missing out because we have a genius chartist in the Discord giving people updates on a day-to-day basis. And he called the bottom here. He literally called the bottom. He said 111K. We got confluence, right? Previous all-time high. We came down. We hit it. You've got this, pattern trading element as well, where you measure based off the pattern, you can measure the potential downtrend, the amount that you'll come down. He measured that. That lined up as well with 111K, and you had bottoming out stochastics. Multiple points of confluence are all pointing to 111K being in the bottom. He called that, and then we got a bounce. So that was a really good call by Cryptex to suggest that people start considering stacking on that dip. And I mean, look at us now. We're getting a nice little bounce up. Nothing crazy, right? But we're getting a nice little bounce up. And it looks like that downtrend might be over for the time being. What do I think about Giga? I like it. I like the meme. Just the chart doesn't always respect the levels too well. Does Mumu make an all-time high? It's possible. Let's check the Mumu chart, actually, because this is a solid high-risk, high-reward meme. Okay, I want to make it clear. It's obviously a degen one here, but it hit a level which it's used many times as support. Got a nice double bottom there. Maybe it's time for Mumu to start giving us a bit of a bounce. So let's check the stochastic RSI on Mumu. Yeah, it looks bottomed out. Mumu looks bottomed, especially if Bitcoin and ETH don't fall off a cliff. Mumu is going to have a really nice run here, probably. I miss Troll, but I told my degen friend to buy at 0.014. I didn't even buy it myself, and now he's out here telling people I'm a genius. Great stuff, man. Happy to hear that you told your friend, I mean, it would have been better if you would have bought. I've done that myself as well, actually. I told a guy once to buy Troll when it was like 200K market cap. I didn't buy it myself then, but I told a guy, yeah, it's a good meme. It could pump. He bought it. He made 100x. He made 100x on it, but I didn't buy it at the time. But anyway, I got in at 0.012. And what would that be right now? Let's see. So it would be 9.4 divided by 1, 2. That was the lowest I got in. So I'm up basically like 7x right now. I also got in at 1.5. Let's work that out. 6x. So I'm up 6 to 7x on Troll. 6 to 7x. And Mumu might be next. And I've got another few memes actually on my radar currently, where I'm planning to do some buy alerts. So probably going to be dropping some new buy alerts into that VIP group. Let's see. How do I join your VIP? You can join by hitting the link in the description or pinned in the comment section that says VIP membership. It's whop.com/cryptoarchie. That's how you join. What's my prediction for say? Realistically, $1 to $2 is my target. Yeah, $1 minimum, $1.50 to $3. I think that's reasonable. $1.50 to $3. Archie, mate, you have called enough coins in the last little while to form an explosive portfolio. Overall, 10x potential at the end of the bull run. Smart kid, keep it up. Thank you, man. Look, I just like to keep people's expectations relatively conservative because there is no such thing as an easy 10x in crypto, right? Like, YouTubers might say that, but the reality is it's never easy. To get a 10x, you need to be really on your game. Now, I am on my game. I'm super good at crypto, but the average person to get a 10x at this point in the cycle, it takes a lot of skill. It's going to be difficult for most people to do that. What do I think about Zora? I'm bullish on Zora. Thanks for asking. I'm a fan of it. It just hasn't hit my buy levels, so I'm not going to pull the trigger. Sometimes, you just miss something. It happens from time to time. Sometimes you just miss something. I mean, I made an 8x on Troll, so I missed an 8x on Zora. I made an 8x on Troll. You can't be too shoulda, woulda, coulda about it, right? There's always hindsight, but as long as you're getting some wins along the way and you're winning more than you're losing, then that's all that matters. A lot of people get too caught up in the fact that they missed a certain coin, And I don't even think I've missed it. I think it could still come back down to my target. My target is the golden pocket. Maybe it doesn't go back down there, right? Maybe it doesn't, but that is my target on Zora. But I like what they're doing. It's a really interesting project, Zora. Really interesting project. It's like NFTs and social media all put into one coin. Mind that picture. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit like OnlyFans, which is a bit weird. But basically, people put pictures on the site, and you can buy part of the picture. So whatever this is, right? Someone's put a picture of a T-shirt. You can buy into the picture like an NFT. Yeah, retail is broken. I agree. Retail does not have a ton of money right now. That's why my targets are relatively conservative. All these other YouTubers are stuck in the past thinking retail is going to come out the closet and throw millions into crypto. It's like, where's the money coming from? There's no stimulus like there was in 2021. Eric Wallin, thanks for the $2. What do I think about Plume? I think Plume's all right. I prefer Ondo, to be honest with you, but I think Plume is all right. Let's see if it's respected any levels. Yeah, it came down to the 786. Let's just check the Stokes. Bottomed out stochastic RSI as well. So it could be a decent buy actually at these levels if you want a bag of a decent RWA project. OTK 100x in your dreams. In your dreams. Do I think it'd be wise to sell a certain portion of your portfolio in the middle of August and then rebuy later for the blow off top? No, because I don't think it's a given that there is a blow off top in Q4. Do you watch the live streams, bro? Because I've been saying this for a long time. I don't think it's a guarantee that Q4 is the blow off top. The blow off top could be in August and September. Like during the next couple of months could be the blow off top. And we don't go quite as high as what some people are thinking. So everyone takes it as a guarantee that Q4 is going to be the blow off top. But what if it's the start of the bear market? People can't fathom that in their brains. But that's why I'm not doing that. I'll buy back in based on the levels, but I'm not gonna like say that, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy back in Q4. We'll have to wait and see. If Bitcoin breaks below the Gaussian channel on the weekly, it's over. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what the reasons are. If Bitcoin breaks below the Gaussian channel on the weekly, it's the end of the bull run. It's that simple. And if that happens in Q4, I'm out. I might even be out before then anyway, right? But that is like the final nail in the coffin. That's your invalidation zone. Now, if a lot of these terms are not familiar with yourself, then I recommend you join the VIP and you learn a lot of these things, because we're talking about these day to day in the Discord, in voice chats, in the text channels, and especially in the mentor tier. Especially the mentor tier, because that is where I do educational demonstrations, presentations. So the mentor tier basically gives you everything the VIP gives you, plus a whole lot more. It literally says it in the name, mentor, right? So this is the tier if you want direct one-to-one mentorship. So we got a chart here. Looks like we're approaching some potential resistance. You know, when you're in this group, you literally don't need to go anywhere else for alpha. All the alpha is posted in the VIP itself. Yeah, it all depends on your risk appetite. I agree with Armac. Like, this question's a little bit weird, VV, because look, Say is a blue chip, Guns is an ultra degen low cap gaming coin. Like, you're comparing apples and oranges there. You need to compare coins which are similar risk tolerances if you're asking me which one to buy. Otherwise, I'm just going to tell you it depends on your risk tolerance. That's literally what I'm going to tell you. I don't think Powell's going to resign prematurely. I think he's going to see out his tenure, and then the next guy will come in. I don't think Powell's going to resign. Why would he? Thoughts on degen plays, Baki and Ugo? The names are a bit weird. Baki? Is that how you say it? Baki on base? 1 mil market cap, no exchange listings. So it's not usually a coin that I would buy if it's got no exchange listings. My my light's just gone off there. Yes, it's not a coin I would personally be buying without those listings. They follow me. That's weird. They follow 44 guys. I'm one of them. So maybe I take that back. Maybe it's a good coin since they follow me. But yeah, I just personally prefer memes where they actually have listings, because memes very rarely do well if they don't have centralized exchange listings. Like, how are the masses going to buy them, right? Most of retail don't even know how to buy on a DEX. That's just the reality. Most of retail are completely inept when it comes to exchanges and things like that. So, and then the other one, let's see, Ugo. Not even on CoinMarketCap, so can't review that one. Caspi is going to melt faces. Yeah, if Casper does well, Caspi will be a great play to have for sure. If Casper does well, then Caspi will be the best beta play to Casper. So let's just see what's going on in the last hour. See what's pumping. Not a great deal has happened in the last hour, to be honest. We're fairly stagnant. Odds of a rate decision in September, currently around an 80% chance that they cut. And then October is around a 62% chance that they cut. And we got December now as well. December is giving a 65% chance that they cut. So we're getting rate cuts. We're getting rate cuts in the back end of the year. The question is it too late by then? Is the labor market already falling off a cliff? Yeah, million Saiyan price predictions. I think whatever Say does, they will do like 5x, whatever Say does. So if Say does a 4x, then they could do 20x's. If Say does a 10x, then they could do 50x's. I just think it all depends on the performance of Say. But Millie and Saiyan are two solid degen memes to have in your portfolio. Like 1.9 mil market cap, absolutely tiny. Now the VIPs made a 5x on this one. We got in at 1 million. It rode up to 5 million. Another one is obviously Millie, which is the dog meme on Say. This one's got a bit more momentum right now. I'm actually liking the look of Millie more than Saiyan. And I already took some nice profits on Saiyan because the chart was showing some signs that it was going to come down. But this one's looking quite nice. It's looking ready to move up. Let's take a closer look at the chart for Millie. Wow. And it came down to the golden pocket. Came down to the golden pocket. It's got bottomed out stochastic RSIs. This is a great buy. This looks great. Yeah, if Say breaks out here, Millie's about to go absolutely mental. It's about to do a madness run. So yeah, this is my favorite meme coin on Say currently. And the reason I like meme coins on Say is because Say has the potential to be a top layer one this bull run. Like it's got a market cap just shy of 2 billion. The tech is phenomenal. It's an EVM, extremely scalable layer one that's been backed by Circle and some other major names in the space. So if this becomes like the next Sui, right, which people call it, and it goes to like a 10 billion market cap, imagine where some of the meme coins are going to go. And that's the thing. Sui went to like 15 billion, and some of the memes did go quite high. Despite me saying that the Sui meme coin meta was a bit bleak, Hippo actually went to a relatively high market cap. So let's just take a quick look. So if Millie goes to the market cap of Hippo, which is the number one meme on Sui, that's a 72x on your money if you're buying Millie now. If you're buying it now, that's a 72x on your money. And we were buying it even lower than where it is now, as we were with basically every coin. We were buying basically everything lower. What's my take on Doge, spelled like that? $54 million market cap. Chart looks quite good. Actually, it looks like it's got some structure to it, which is a nice sign. And it's on MEXC. Did it just recently get on MEXC? Actually, it kind of looks weird. It looks like it's being manipulated, the chart. Okay, this looks better, I think. The MEXC chart looked kind of weird. So, yeah, what even is this? It's like the Dow, the Dow Jones or something? Flipping the Dow Jones? Doge? Flipping the Dow Jones, and it's a Doge. It's a decent meme, you know? It's a decent meme. Like, I've seen better memes out there, but it looks good. But it's not showing that it's on MEXC. It's only showing that it's on KSEX. So I don't understand. Is it on MEXC? Is it not on MEXC? The listings are pretty crap if you go off CoinMarketCap. Market's looking decent. Pepe's still solid for a 2 to 5x. I agree. I don't think it's over for Pepe. When Ethereum moves up again, Pepe will probably run. There's just better memes out there than Pepe. I don't hold any Pepe. New Matt Fury coins, Dorky, Mindfact, thoughts. I don't like the Matt Fury memes. The only Matt Fury memes I like are the Boys Club, and that's it. There's a bunch of YouTubers out there who pump and dump Matt Fury memes. They did it with Flappy, Draggy, Watt was another one. Let me show you some of these appalling charts. So this is one of the calls of Crypto John. Let's just check how much it's down. Oh, damn, it's down 98%. Let's check another one. So another one was Watt. It's down 98% as well. Another one was Draggy. And Draggy is down 96%. So yeah, all of these are basically rugged. And these were meant to be like the hottest Matt Fury memes, and they all just went to zero. So I was always telling people, be cautious about the Matt Fury memes, because a bunch of YouTubers were just hyping them up loads and selling behind the screen. And you can just see they've all absolutely gone to zero, basically. Yeah, if Doge spelt with the W got more listings, it would look pretty good. I like Chill Guy. I actually hold Chill Guy. Pretty bullish on it. I think it's a good cultural meme, I guess you could call it. So Chill Guy will do well. Just check out the chart for Chill Guy, see what's going on with it, see if it's respecting any levels. So it looks like it just dropped a little bit lower than the golden pocket, but it's looking like it's trying to reclaim it now. Chill Guy's a decent buy, actually. It's a solid meme. It's got good listings as well. Just a Chill Guy, 55 mil market cap, down 91% from all-time highs, so it's not terrible. Like, that's not a rug. A rug is when something's down like more than 97, 98%. That's when it's probably a rug. But 91, like we've seen Solana go down that much. And the listings, crypto.com, so it's got a decent exchange listing there, a tier 1 that's going to attract a lot of the normies. And this was a very popular meme, right? So I think it'll do well. The chart doesn't look amazing, like I've got to be honest with you, but I think it'll have a recovery. And if it goes to all-time highs, then it's going to be crazy. I mean, what is it to all-time highs? It's like a 12x to all-time highs. So I wouldn't complain if it pulled a 12x. What do I think about Fartcoin? I like it. I think it's one of, if not the best meme for this cycle. Let's take a look at the chart. Bottomed out stochastic RSI. Hasn't necessarily found support on a fib level, but it does look bottomed out. Fartcoin's a decent buy, actually. Super cheap compared to where it was. It was as high as just under $3. Now it's below $1. So you're buying it almost 3x lower than its all-time high. So it's an easy 3x just to all-time highs. Imagine it does 3 times its all-time high, you're getting like a 9x. Yeah, so also remember, guys, this is a good perk of the membership, right? You get free charting as part of your membership. Like any time on demand, you get charting from Cryptex, who I mentioned is a genius technical analyst. Like, he doesn't even need to do this. He's only doing this because of how passionate he is about the group. He makes so much money from trading, he doesn't even need to do this. It's the same with me. I don't need to run this group. I love running it. It gives me something to get up in the morning for, but I don't need to do it. Let's see what people are saying. I think Troll has the potential to be a top meme. Is Troll worth entering now? No. No. JFK, man, don't make me roast you. You're a VIP member. I don't want to roast VIP members on a stream. Why would you buy Troll now when I gave the alert out to the VIPs 8x lower, 7x lower in price? Why would you jump in on it now? That makes no sense. Just buy the next meme. Buy the next 8x. Don't buy Troll at all-time highs. If you miss something, just say to yourself, look, I missed it. I'm not going to chase the green candles. I missed it. Now, other YouTubers will tell you, keep buying, keep buying, keep buying, because they want you to pump their bags. I'll tell you straight up, there's better buys in the market than Troll. Okay? It doesn't benefit me saying that, because I'm up 8x on it, and I want to be up 20x. There's better buys in the market than Troll. And in fact, I'm looking to potentially take some profits on it soon, because I made a crazy amount of money from a very small amount of money. I put in money that I'm willing to lose, and I've made money that I would work for a year to earn. Almost a year, like 6-7 months when I worked at a bakery. So crazy when you think about it like that. Wojak's chart looked good, actually. I think it was Wojak, yeah. I was looking at the chart for Wojak. It had like really big support. Yeah, see, I drew it out. Look at that support on Wojak. That was a great one to pick up. See? Support. Support. Even here, support. Support. Now we're getting the bounce. People need to learn how to read a chart, because Wojak was a good buy down there. I'm bullish on Ponky. Yeah, Troll is a sell now. I'm pretty much 90% out. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to pull some big profits soon. Just keeps pumping, man. It just keeps pumping. God candle every single day of the week. Every day of the week, we're getting God candles. I mean, it's crazy. We're making so much money, we don't know what to do with it. It's ridiculous. I had a guy tell me he made like 35K off the buy alert on Troll. 30 or 35K he made from 5K. So the most YouTubers, Archie, one of the only real ones that does not scam or take paid promotions and will give realistic targets. Exactly. Like, how many YouTubers out there are there that actually don't take paid promotions? Is a handful, right? And most of the ones that don't take them, it's because they don't get offered them. I get offered them every day. I haven't taken a single one on my channel. So if they actually had the opportunity to take them, they would. It's just they're too small and irrelevant, so they don't get the offers. I get offered paid promotions every day. I don't take any of them. And then the other point you make about realistic targets. Then some of the YouTubers, right, they don't take paid promotions, but then their targets are asinine. They're telling you a coin in the top 20 is going to 100x. Ridiculous. So there's too many YouTubers out there who are just low IQ or just morally, they just got ill morals. either low IQ or they've got ill morals, or they've got both of those together. They're low IQ and they have ill morals. They have bad morals. So, yeah, I'm one of the very few, that's for sure. Now, maybe there's 2 or 3 others out there that are decent, but few and far between. What do I think the next troll is? I think Millie looks ready to bounce, actually. I think Millie looks ready to send it. I mean, look at that. It's starting to pump crazy. So if you miss troll, I would be buying Millie right now. That's the one I'd be getting if you miss troll. I'd be getting some Millie, and I'd also be getting a bit of Moo. So if you got like $100, you want to gamble it a little bit with some memes, put $50 in Moo and $50 in Millie. That's what I would do. I mean, you do you, right? But that's what I would do. Yeah, I'm gonna be dropping some new meme coin alerts. Recently joined the group. Any new calls like troll gonna be posted soon? Yeah, for sure. I've got some alerts on my radar, some potential alerts. Let me just check here. I don't want to leak it, but I've got a list of about 5 or 6 memes that I'm close to pulling the trigger on. I'm not going to pull the trigger on all of them, right? But you have to narrow it down. Maybe I've got a list here, a short list of like 5 or 6 memes, but I've got to narrow it down a little bit. I'll probably be making a decision on one of them quite soon when the time is right. So stay tuned for that. $5x on Saiyan, 8x on Troll, actually. Pumped 8x, but yeah, 7x would be like the net. So what I sometimes do, I work out some of the gains from the lowest entry. I should be working it out from the average entry. From the average entry, it's like a 7x. From the lowest entry, it's like an 8x, right? Yeah, 5x on virtuals, 2x on Arrow, 2x on Say. Yeah, that's all just in the past few weeks as well. That's all just in the past few weeks. Even HBAR did a 2x from my buy alert as well. Like basically all my conviction plays that I share to you guys. Let me show you. So these are all my conviction plays. Besides render, all of these did a 2x. Pretty much. Besides render. Yeah, even some of the YouTubers who say they don't do paid promotions, it's obvious that they do them. You just have to know crypto and you can realize that they do them. Or they get given allocation to a coin. Yeah, 8x on Troll is insane. If you just put 1K in, you'd have $8,000. That's insane. In like 2 weeks, bro. In like 2 weeks. Buy low, sell high. People need to get this in their heads, man. Buy low, sell high. Does Troll look low to you? And look, I'm up freaking massive on it, so I'm not trying to FUD my own bags here, but does this look low? Doesn't look low, does it? You buy low and you sell high. That's all you need to know in crypto. I think Arrow could hit between $2 and $5. That's my target. Is that Moo on Sol? Yes, that's Moo on Sol. Okay, guys. I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. I've got some videos to make, some shorts to make. Yeah, Pygo is crazy, man. I even give people the alert. Like, I'm not trying to single out this guy because a lot of people do it. I give people the alert. they watch me and other members in the group make an 8x. They don't follow the alert. And then when it's up 8x, then they'll ask, is now a good time to buy it? When they were literally in the group at the time when I posted the buy alert when it was low. Do you know what it is? It's hard for people to buy something when it's low. It's risky to them. It's dangerous. Buying something cheap is dangerous. They don't want to buy it cheap. Once you see all the green candles, you've got evidence there that this thing pumps. Then they want to buy after the green candles. But the reality is buying something after loads of God candles is way more dangerous than buying something after loads of red candles. So people need to get that in their head, and then they'll start making some money in crypto. Anyway, appreciate you all watching. I'll see you all over in the Discord. We got some calls coming up, some voice chats. We had a nice voice chat last night. We're going to have some more coming up in the coming days. We're going to have some new buy alerts as well. So stay tuned for all that good stuff, and we'll keep you posted as always. Appreciate you all. And if you don't mind, please drop a like